It's basically like if somebody came into somebody's house and robbed them of every possession they had.
With snow beginning to fall and temperatures dropping, people experiencing homelessness can struggle finding shelter from the cold. Some set up an encampment here before police threw all their belongings and any protection from the elements they had into the trash. Preston MONTUR says he's been on the streets of Calgary for 5 years and was there when the police tore down their shelters.
When we come back to where our tents are supposed to be safe and secure, because that's all we have, and find it ransacked or whatever, it's literally heartbreaking and brutal for us to even imagine.
Our street outreach team at Be the Change was on the ground that night, and we had to call for 4 medical emergencies related to the cold. And these individuals had been displaced from those tents that could have prevented those ambulance calls.
Mayor Jody Gondek says the tents were cleared over concerns of debris and blocking access to roadways. But she says this shouldn't be happening unless people have another option.
It's something that's been deemed a cleanup, which is not acceptable. That is not how we characterize looking after people in positions of vulnerability when we take down the only home they have.
Smith says many of the people living in these encampments have been banned from staying at the drop-in center. With nowhere else to go, they've created communities of temporary shelters. When those shelters are removed, they are at the mercy of the elements.
There's guys that have lost everything they had, all their clothes, all their belongings that they literally used to just survive out here.
It's become a common ritual for bylaw to come with, dump trucks, as we've seen in videos, and remove those tents and sleeping bags and throw them in the garbage.
Smith adds he has seen encampments like this grow in population around Calgary since the beginning of the pandemic. He wants to see the city turn LRT stations and other empty buildings into warming centers during the winter months. A conversation still ongoing with the city. In Calgary, Jasmine Vickaryous, City News.